Londoners may again have been told to stay at home. That's much harder, of course, if you don't have one. Tricia Stevens knows what that's like. She slept rough in the London Borough of Westminster for years. Now she's helping to try and reach those who are still out there, highly vulnerable in the midst of this pandemic.
I remember in March, there was just a big rush to get everybody in. It didn't matter if they had any legal status to be here. It was just get everybody in, try and save as many people as possible. And I think it's still kind of happening the same way. But unfortunately, life takes a turn for the worst and people are still back out on the streets.
Most of London's homeless have been offered emergency shelter through the year. Tricia works for a charity that's taking on more staff, like Jerry O'Brien, as well as an army of volunteers, expanding its work across London, seeking out those who haven't taken up that offer, whose trust is hardest to gain.
This is kind of where you would see a lot of homeless people.
Who, as the second wave worsens, have instead just hidden themselves away.
The offer is there if you want some accommodation, but I think they already know that. But just to let them know they're not on their own.
They may be less visible right now, but their numbers are actually increasing.
According to the latest figures from the Greater London Authority, 4,227 people registered as homeless between March and June this year. That is 77% higher than during the same period last year. And of that total figure, more than half say they are sleeping rough for the very first time.
For all the financial support the British government's promising,
the furlough scheme will not be extended for 1 month. It will be extended until the end of March.
Some are still falling through the cracks. Through the winter, as in spring, Prime Minister Boris Johnson is committing more funds to help keep people off the streets.
As we face these challenges together, we must look after those most in need. As of September, we've helped over 29,000 rough sleepers off the streets, 2/3 of whom are now in settled accommodation. Today, we're announcing a further £15 million to help councils offer safe accommodation for people who are sleeping rough or at risk of becoming homeless.
There may be far fewer sleeping rough on London's streets, but homelessness in the capital is still getting worse.